Hey there, and welcome to HisTime365. I'm so glad you're here for day 118 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today, we'll look at 2 Chronicles 15 through 17, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translation that speaks to you best. Now grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God His time. The Rise of Asa, a journey of faith and renewal. Have you ever felt the need for a fresh start in your spiritual life? Today, we dive into the story of King Asa from 2 Chronicles 15 through 17, a leader who sought renewal and faithfulness in a time of uncertainty. In 2 Chronicles 15, we find Asa, the king of Judah, in a moment of introspection and action. After years of turmoil and turning away from God, Asa takes the bold step to reform the kingdom. The prophet Azariah comes to him with a powerful message. When you seek the Lord, he will be found. 2 Chronicles 15:2. This simple yet profound truth ignites Asa's passion for God. He gathers the people and calls them to return to the Lord, urging them to put away their idols and commit to serving God wholeheartedly. As the people respond, a remarkable revival begins. They come together to renew their covenant, pledging to seek the Lord with all their heart and soul. Asa's heart is in the right place. He's not just leading for the sake of power, but out of a deep desire for his people to know God. He removes the idols and even deposes his own mother from her position as queen because she made an idol. 2 Chronicles 15:16. This shows us that sometimes true leadership means making hard decisions to align ourselves with God's will. As we step into chapter 16, we see a shift. Asa faces an invasion from Israel and makes a decision that reveals a crack in his earlier faith. Instead of relying on God, he turns to Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, seeking help with a bribe of silver and gold from the temple. The prophet Hanani confronts Asa, reminding him that relying on human strength instead of God led him to failure. 2 Chronicles 16:7. Asa responds poorly to this rebuke, becoming angry and imprisoning Hanani. It's a stark reminder that even those who have followed God can struggle with pride and self-reliance. In chapter 17, Asa's son Jehoshaphat takes over the throne after Asa's life came to an end. He continues the legacy of seeking the Lord. Jehoshaphat sends out teachers throughout the land to instruct the people in God's ways, showing how important it is to pass on faith to the next generation. 2 Chronicles 17:9. He strengthens the defenses of Judah, and God blesses him for his efforts, giving him peace and prosperity. As we reflect on this narrative, we can see how these ancient stories resonate with our modern lives. Think about how we sometimes feel overwhelmed by challenges, whether in our jobs, families, or personal lives. We may find ourselves tempted to rely on our own strength or the advice of others rather than turning to God first. Just as Asa faced trials, we face our own, be it the stress of work deadlines, family conflicts, or the pressure to keep up with digital demands. Consider a situation at work where you feel overwhelmed. Instead of tackling it alone or seeking shortcuts, what if you pause to pray for guidance and clarity? This is akin to Asa's initial actions. He sought the Lord and led his people back to him. When we seek God first, we open ourselves to divine wisdom in our decisions. In our families, we can take a cue from Jehoshaphat. He prioritized teaching his children about God's ways. How often do we take time to talk with our kids about faith? Creating family traditions around prayer or discussing biblical stories can help build a strong foundation for their spiritual lives. Financially, we might feel tempted to chase after quick gains or rely on our own strategies, just like Asa did with Ben-Hadad. God calls us to trust Him with our resources. When we give generously and manage our finances with integrity, we reflect our faith in His provision. And in our digital lives, we often face distractions that can pull us away from spiritual growth. Just as Asa led a revival, we can initiate a renewal in our own habits. Setting aside time to connect with God through reading scripture or engaging in prayer can transform our hearts and minds. As we wrap up this reflection on Asa and Jehoshaphat's reigns, let's remember that our journey may not always be smooth. We might stumble and fall, just as Asa did, but the important part is to seek the Lord, to turn back to Him in moments of weakness, and to encourage those around us to do the same. When we seek God wholeheartedly, we open ourselves to His guidance and grace. What are some modern-day idols that distract us from fully seeking God? How can we create a culture of faith within our families that mirrors Jehoshaphat's efforts? In what areas of your life do you find it challenging to rely on God versus your own strength? How can you encourage someone to seek God in their struggles, just as Asa did with his people? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is 2 Chronicles 15 through 17, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into 2 Chronicles 18 through 21, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 119. Until then, stay encouraged, and thank you for giving God His time.